price of gold is having a bit of a correction today, and a lot of people are saying that all that liquidity is rotating into Bitcoin right now. Let's take a look at this from a macro perspective. Whenever you're comparing two different assets, you always want to look at the trend of three different aspects: the correlations on a 15-day and a 30-day basis, the price trends, right? That's just the regular price charts, as well as the trend of the ratio between the two assets. This first chart above here is the 15-day rolling correlations of these assets compared to Bitcoin. And as you can see on the line graph here, we have the S&P 500 in orange, pretty positively correlated. We have the US dollar, which is also pretty positively correlated, almost the same as the S&P 500. And then in blue here, we have gold, which is deeply negatively correlated. But when looking at a 30-day rolling correlation basis, which is more of a medium-term outlook, we can see that both the dollar as well as gold are both slightly negatively correlated, but aren't as deeply negatively correlated as the shorter-term 15-day rolling correlation. This is important because if the price of gold continues to go down, that would be a positive development for Bitcoin. But if this is just a dip in gold and it goes higher, that could be a headwind for Bitcoin. And at the timing of this video in our model, Bitcoin is currently in a bearish trend, and it's just popping up to the top end of the trading range, which is typically a good sell signal. While at the same time, the price of gold has had a sell-off just down to the low end of the trading range, and it has not broken its bullish trend, and it remains bullish. And finally, you have to look at the trend of the ratio between the two assets. So this is a chart of Bitcoin versus gold. And as you can see, ever since August of this year, Bitcoin has been in a bearish trend versus gold, meaning it's better to own gold than it is Bitcoin. And right now we're just seeing a little bit of a pop because we've had a huge sell-off over the past 30 days. And when applying our trading ranges, you can see that this ratio is coming up right to the top end of the trading range, meaning that this is a great time to take some of your Bitcoin and actually buy some gold here. Zooming out of this Bitcoin to gold ratio, going all the way back to 2021, you can see that this 25 ratio that it's currently bouncing off of has been a historical key point of support and resistance. And so if it ends up breaking through this to the downside, that could mean more headwinds for Bitcoin. But as you can see earlier this year, when Bitcoin bounced off of this 25 ratio versus gold level, it had a 3-month rally. And so we could start to see a rally from here. It really depends on if Bitcoin versus gold can recapture its bullish trend here.